What's going on YouTube? In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a product from Dunlop called System 65. It's a product that's designed to polish frets, clean the fretboard, and also condition it. This is the kit. It is Dunlop System 65. It is available on Amazon, and I will drop an affiliate link in the description. Just keep in mind, I may earn a small commission from it. Taking a look at this kit, you get 4 different items with it. You get number 1, the cleaner. You get number 2, the conditioner. You get a microfiber cloth, and you get fret polishing cloth to polish the frets. And a quick side note on the polishing cloth, it appears to simply be 8000 grit sandpaper because that's what it says on it. So I'm gonna get the guitar up on the table, get the strings off, and let's dive in. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do to get started here is we're gonna polish the frets. This is actually pretty simple to do. All you're doing is taking this and going over the fret. All right, nothing too complicated, but what I will say is I think it's advisable to go ahead and tape off the fretboard. My concern would be that someone who's never done this before might not even recognize that a little bit of the sandpaper is off of the fret and scratch the fretboard. And I've read comments on other videos where that's happened to folks. So to rather be safe than sorry, we're going to go ahead and do this. It only takes, it takes under 10 minutes to do, and then you don't have to worry about it. All right, you're going to want to start with some painter's tape or masking tape. You want to make sure you choose a tape that won't leave any residue behind on the fretboard, and simply cover up the surface of the fretboard, leaving the fret exposed. And that way you can simply buff the fret without fear of the sandpaper hitting the fretboard. What I'm doing is just cutting this in half and using the straight edge portion along the frets. Still allows me to move relatively quick. So with the fretboard taped, now we are ready to go ahead and start polishing with our polishing cloth. It's pretty simple to do. All you've got to do is basically just work it over the top of the fret. All right, so it's that simple. I mean, it's nothing really too crazy as far as the fret polishing, and it'll make your frets a little bit smoother as well. It's definitely worth doing and taking your time to do right. So here's a quick before and after. What we're going to do now is go ahead and get this tape off of the guitar and get it ready for the cleaner. So now we're ready to begin with the number 1 cleaner and prep. It's pretty simple. You're just going to spray some onto the microfiber cloth and work it over until it's clean. The directions are to shake well, apply to fingerboard using a clean cloth, take care to remove all unwanted grime from fingerboard and frets. Note, not for use on maple fretboards. Again, I repeat for the people in the back, this is not for use on maple fretboards. Let the cleaner evaporate before applying the number 2 deep conditioner. So let's go ahead and get started. Keep in mind, this can be a skin and eye irritant, so if you have more sensitive skin, you may want to consider wearing gloves. It doesn't seem to bother me, but that doesn't mean it won't bother you. Okay, so right there you can see that really, in and of itself, did a very good job of cleaning the fretboard and getting that grime off of there. So at this point, we can move on to the number 2, the conditioner stage. Okay, so now we're moving on to the conditioner. Directions: use only on unfinished fingerboards. Remove string, shake bottle well, invert bottle, and gently press Dab-O-Matic applicator against fretboard, dabbing it to start the flow of oil. Do not squeeze bottle. In all caps, do not squeeze bottle. Once conditioner fully penetrated applicator, continue applying oil by dabbing applicator onto entire fingerboard. Use a clean cloth to work oil into wood. Wipe away any excess oil. All right, so here you go. Clean, fresh microfiber cloth, nothing on it. So we're gonna start by shaking this up and then dabbing it on the fretboard. If this is your first time using this kit, one of the things you'll need to do, push your finger against this to get it started. You'll feel like a cracking sound when you push it against it. That's what you actually have to do to get the flow going. And then from there, you'll just be able to apply it just kind of by pushing down, and it'll slowly start the flow on out. You can see you just give it equal coverage and then move on to the next fret. This doesn't take long at all, and it's a great way to revitalize your fretboard. Just keep in mind, I cannot stress this enough. This will absolutely ruin a maple fretboard, so you do not want to use this stuff on a maple fretboard. This fretboard is actually an ebony fretboard, which is ideal for this sort of thing. Ebony and rosewood are really the 2 fretboards that require oil and treatment. But with that said, it's always a good idea to either ask around or contact a manufacturer before doing something like this, because some manufacturers do recommend that you don't use this type of stuff. So now we're just going to kind of work it in, and then we'll go over it again with the other side of the cloth to wipe away any excess. All right, so I've gone over it once. You can see there's still some excess surfacing up. So what I'll do is go over it one more time to wipe away the excess, and we should be good to go. And we are done. Definitely a huge improvement off of how it looks. So now, basically what I'm going to do is polish the rest of the guitar, get it strung up, and give you guys a little bit better idea of how it looks and compare it to how it did. All right, so here's a quick before and after of the fretboard. You can see in the top photo that it's pretty grimy. It's not particularly dry, but it definitely needed to be cleaned and conditioned. So this kit makes it incredibly easy to clean and condition your guitar's fretboard. The reality is it can be done in under a half hour, even with taping the frets. So there's really 4 things that you need to keep in mind when using this kit. Number 1, as mentioned earlier, you do not use on a maple fretboard. Fairly simple. It is not designed for fretboards that are sealed. So essentially, unsealed fretboards are generally rosewood or ebony, no maple. Number 2, you do not want to squeeze the applicator. The number 2 conditioner, you do not want to squeeze that. That will end up putting too much of the conditioner onto the fretboard. Number 3, you don't really need to do this more than twice a year. And the reality is, if you're in a environmentally sound area like this studio here, you probably don't even need to do it more than once a year. And number 4, you're going to want to like and subscribe to this channel for more guitar-related content. If you have any questions or anything you want to know about the kit, by all means, leave them down in the comments. I do try to respond to all of the comments that come through on the channel. I most certainly appreciate you watching this video, and please don't forget to hit the like button to give it a bit of a boost. And as always, thanks for watching.